World leaders will fly to Vatican City this weekend to attend the funeral of Pope Francis as heartfelt tributes pour in from around the world for a religious leader described as a man of the people. The Argentine-born pontiff had been in critical condition in recent weeks and was last seen during his Easter sermon on Sunday, where he'd renewed his calls for an end to the war in Gaza. Shortly after returning to his residence, the 88-year-old fell into a stroke-induced coma and died in the early hours of Monday. Preparations are now underway for his funeral and burial on Saturday, a ceremony attended by a number of world leaders, including US President Donald Trump, Argentina's President Javier Milei, and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Starmer described Pope Francis as a pope for the poor, the downtrodden, and the forgotten, while King Charles said he has profoundly touched the lives of many. Religious leaders have also expressed their condolences, with many noting the work Pope Francis had done to strengthen interfaith ties between the Vatican and the Muslim world. The Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Ahmed Al-Tayeb, described him as a distinguished symbol of humanity and a true friend to Muslims who spared no effort in advancing the mission of compassion. The two spiritual leaders met in 2017 at an international peace conference and again in 2019, where they signed a historic document pledging a fraternity between their two institutions. US and Iranian experts will meet in Oman on Wednesday for technical discussions over a high-stakes nuclear deal that aims to prevent a regional military escalation. Delegations from both countries continued indirect talks over the weekend, held in Rome and mediated by Oman, in what Iran's foreign ministry described as constructive. During his first term, US President Donald Trump walked away from a nuclear deal with Iran and reimposed economic sanctions. But he now says he seeks a diplomatic way to contain the country's nuclear progression. It comes as reports suggest the White House prevented Israel from attacking Iran's nuclear facilities last month. Speaking from Jerusalem this morning, Israel's Deputy Foreign Minister Sharon Haskell said Iran was a destabilizing force in the Middle East.
Iran is not Israel's interest, it's your interest. It's the international community's interest. Try and imagine what is happening right now in the Middle East with with nuclear weapons. It's not just a threat on Israel, it's a threat on the entire world.
And finally, it's been 1 year since the US university encampment movement for Gaza kicked off on the lawns of Columbia University, spreading to hundreds of campuses around the world. Despite the forceful shutdown of these student encampments, tensions have reignited following the high-profile arrest and attempted deportation of a number of pro-Palestinian students, including 2 from Columbia. MEELive's Mohammed Hassan was there.
Accessing the campus in fear that they will take part in pro-Palestine activism.
But for those of us who are U.S. citizens, who are white, who are Jewish, we risk so much less. It is therefore our duty to speak out, to put ourselves on the line on behalf of Mahmoud, on behalf of Mohsen, on behalf of all Palestinians, and on behalf of Gaza.
We're here to show our solidarity with Palestine and to demand that the university condemns the kidnapping of our classmates Mahmoud and Mohsen. And we're here to demand that the university disclose its financial investments and divests from genocide. They obviously do not care about our safety when they've disappeared 2 people, 2 of our classmates. I have international friends. I'm scared for their safety because of the measures that the university has taken against students that are exercising their right for free speech. and standing up for the rights of the Palestinian people.
Put your arms around. Don't worry about it. You're going to have to come with us.
The arrest and attempted deportation of these students and several others have been part of the Trump administration's wide sweeping crackdown on pro-Palestine activism, which they say they are doing in the name of protecting Jewish students here on campus.
As a first-generation Israeli-American immigrant and a Jewish American, I have to say that the claims of anti-Semitism are not the case. I'm not here because I don't love my family and I don't love my community. I love my family. I love my community. I'm here because our liberation is inseparably tied with Palestinian liberation.
So we are here, anti-Zionist Jews, standing for academic freedom, for freedom of speech, and calling for the release of the arrested students and for the return to shared governance.
But many accuse the Trump administration of something a little bit more underhanded, of using this movement and the cause of Palestine as just an excuse to crack down on what they have long seen as left-wing and liberal-leaning policies and educators here at Columbia and many leading institutions across the United States.
So don't tell me you're tired. Don't tell me you're too scared. Don't tell me you've lost hope. This fight is not over. We will never give up on our friends, and we will never give up on Palestine.
Was Mohammed Hassan reporting from the campus of Columbia in New York.